We are now just 5 days away from Election Day. Both presidential candidates are in Arizona today to make their final pitch to voters. We have live team coverage tonight. 12 News journalist Sean Rice is at Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater in Phoenix, where Kamala Harris spoke this afternoon.
But let's begin with 12 News journalist Bianca Bono. She's at Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, where former President Trump will speak in about 2 hours. So give us the scene there, Bianca.
Yeah, we're about 1 hour away from the program starting here in Glendale and about 2.5 hours away from seeing former President Donald Trump take the stage. So we are starting to see this venue fill in. And you might notice behind me, the venue looks a little bit different from Trump's rallies that we've typically seen here in Arizona, especially over the past month. That's because this is actually going to be a live interview. And this live sit-down interview will be conducted by Tucker Carlson, the former Fox News anchor who was fired after records show he shared falsehoods about the 2020 election. But Carlson has since launched his own streaming service and his own interview program, which airs on his website and on social media. This is considered the grand finale of Carlson's live tour, and it will also feature former independent candidate for president Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He has since dropped out of the race and endorsed Trump. Now, attendees here did have to purchase tickets for this, and we're told the profits tonight will be donated to relief efforts for those affected by Hurricanes Milton and Helene. Outside the venue, we spoke to some of Trump's supporters about what they hope to hear from him tonight in this setting that's very much different from what he's done in Arizona up to this point. Take a listen.
I want to see the real Donald Trump. Just like he was in the beginning. I've been following him more or less since 1987 with my age. I saw him mature. He is in the right place, the right age for this right circumstances that are going on now, the right person.
I think that he is about doing something different. He doesn't, like, I have this shirt, let's get used to something different. And so he doesn't do it the old way.
And we expect this to be former President Trump's last campaign stop in Arizona before Election Day, which, as you mentioned, is just 5 days from now. This is his third visit to Arizona in October alone. Earlier this month, he was in Prescott Valley rallying supporters there, and just last week at ASU talking to supporters in Tempe. Again, just really underscoring the significance that his campaign believes that battleground Arizona will have come next week. We're live in Glendale. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
All right, Bianca, thank you. We look forward to more reporting on this on later editions of 12 News. So let's go to earlier. This is Kamala Harris's event this afternoon, 6 miles away from where Donald Trump will speak tonight. 12 News journalist Sean Rice was there for her speech at Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. Sean?
Hey there, Troy. Good evening to you. Today, Vice President Kamala Harris spoke for right around 25 minutes to a crowd of a couple thousand of her supporters. She touched on various campaign priorities that really mean a lot to her supporters, like protecting reproductive freedoms and giving major tax cuts to middle-class families. Today, the vice president also said that this year's election is, quote, one of the most consequential elections in our lifetime. And that sentiment was echoed by several of her supporters that I spoke with here today. Now today, at Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater, Harris told the crowd that this November they can choose to turn the page from the former president, Donald Trump. Harris said she would be a president for, quote, all Americans and not just for some. If elected, she said she would walk into the Oval Office with a to-do list, while she said Trump would walk in with a, quote, enemies list. With both Trump and Harris making their final stops here in Arizona today, she did not hold back on stating her feelings towards her opponent.
My opponent is also making his closing argument to America. And you've probably seen a bit of it. It is an argument that is full of hate and division. He insults Latinos, scapegoats immigrants, and it's not just what he says, it's what he will do.
Now, absent from her speech here today was any mention of the southern border or calls for immigration reforms. Harris did not take questions from the press, so we could not ask her questions on the topic that is, of course, a major priority to Arizona voters. She also did encourage her supporters today to get out and vote. She said that if anyone remains on the sidelines and does not cast a vote, that they cannot have their voice be heard in this consequential election. From here, Vice President Kamala Harris traveled to Reno, Nevada. She will then continue on to Las Vegas, Nevada, making campaign stops and rallies in both of those cities. Her running mate, vice presidential nominee Tim Walz, will return here to Arizona on Saturday. He will make campaign stops in Flagstaff and also in Tucson. We're live in Phoenix. Sean Rice, 12 News.
Sean, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's what these events are about, right? Getting out the vote for your supporters there. And the clock is ticking down to Election Day, so make sure you're ready. Get 12 Plus downloaded to your TV. We'll stream hours of live coverage on election night and live results as they come in. Search for 12 Plus on your Apple TV, Fire TV, and Roku.